What is God? God is not anything that can be studied, but a life of misery beyond comprehension. The mute say his love inflames our hearts and contracts us to speak. In his presence, silence becomes the best. The intellectual seti is their intellect, but they fail to understand that their intellect is ignorant of what is unknown, until the unknown can be known. The invisible can be held, and the inaccessible can be attained, or all is nil. The linguist seti is their language, but when they gather to describe him, they still do not have the impression of an unreal or perfect description that men might know. So they wrote a descriptive essay we cannot read. The free thinker's seti is in their imagination, while they forget that anything they imagine him to be, within the imagination of their minds or from things he has made, is not God but the idolatry of their mind. The seeker's seti dwells beyond the obscurity behind the unknown cloud, beyond the light of understanding and the emotion of the soul. Their views were aloof from curious eyes of reasoning, which is best described as darkness to the intellect and sunshine to the heart. The artists carve out wood and lining with the intention to paint their imagination to say it is him, but they notice that every painted sky is the canvas of his grace, where he paints his imagination for everyone to see that marvels at their imagination that made their artwork valueless, only to paste to the wall of mortal men's houses. The gardeners constrain him to the tree and fruit of their garden, but they notice that he does not produce physical fruit. Instead, he produces spiritual fruits, which are his divine attributes that do not cease in seasons of drought. The astronaut's seti is at the end of the earth, so we nearly believe their report, but when they went in search of him, they never returned, so we no longer know what to believe, who to believe, because the testified is no more. The teachers called him master, yet he had no academic qualifications, nor was there anyone to certify his ability. Thus they had no rank or credentials to certify his ability, rendering them null and void. The scientists tend to narrow him down to matter and space, defining him with words and theories. Yet, they notice that he is independent of, unaffected by both time and motion. So their work was left inconclusive to no man's credit. Philosophers sought facts to dismiss him with a name, yet they discovered that he does not appear before the bar of our reasoning, or submit to our curious inquiries. The inquiry with curiosity and discovered that they are alone in a foolish quest. The mathematician's seti is a constant x they could solve and get as an answer when they equate certain variables, but to this day, he remains as the x that was missing, which they keep solving for eternity. The miner's seti is a missing treasure laying within the core. They dig and add tunnels in search of him, returning with shining stones and minerals that are mere sand and his handiwork. The zoologist's seti is an animal keeper, yet they notice that he does not only keep animals, but everything, including plants and non-living things. He keeps them and has an account of them in his hands. At his word, they are formed. The chef's seti is the secret ingredient in their recipe, yet he is neither in tomatoes nor paper, that could be grown in the field of mortal gardeners, to be cooked and eaten. When there is a lift over, he decays and is thrown to gadget trash or passed out through the toilet. The potters call him clay to mold him into their desired shape, but when he looks at them and asks how many clays did they use to mold him, they cannot say or count. They become like builders who build without knowing how to give quotations or specifications. The historians describe him in great tales and beautiful stories that excite the heart, yet none of them has him with their eyes or without true experience. Their tales and testimonies are lies, imagination, or creativity of the mind. The architect's SETI is in their plans and structures, yet after designing, they take them to him for approval. Any structure he has not approved does not stand, like the Tower of Babel. The plan must approve the architect, Wool. The musician's SETI is the melody in their song, yet he does not sing or perform with anyone. Instead, the whole angelic host bows before him, and the earth adores him as the only God to be served and worshipped. Biologist's SETI is a living thing, yet to notice that he was never given birth to, nor will he die. He does not possess the characteristics of living things, so they lack principles to classify him into a kingdom or genus. Sailors describe him as the compass they use every day on their board, but when storms rage, they pray for him to be the captain to steer their course. Tailors say he is the beauty in their design, yet, in all the glory of their work, it does not compare to the beauty of his creation. Instead, it becomes an imitation of his creation, making them fake. The athletes call him the sportsman, yet the whole heaven is his throne, and the earth is his footstool. Where is the stadium in which he will compete for the trophy and gratification of men? Impossible. Ask him yourself, he will give you access to him. Seek with all hunger, and you will find him. He draws you to him, and he will draw near to you. Knock hard for him, and he will open his door for you to come in.